So now let's look at how to prepare the data for analysis. So the source of our data, which is called the item list, is from a ERP report. So here are a few things that we will do. First, the fields that are coming from ERP are named as per the ERP product. I mean, the customer actually uses a different convention for a lot of them. So we want to rename them because each time they look at a certain thing and ask what does it mean, what does this mean, so we want to avoid that. So we want to use the natural names that are used by the customer in their day-to-day life. And then there's a field which combines two pieces of information. We want to split that and then have them in as two different fields, and then we want to build a hierarchy of because they have a lot of products, they organize this into hierarchy starting from a vertical, then going down into different things. As you will see, these are the three different things we will do as we bring this data into Tableau. Here is how the data looks. So here is a report that came directly from ERP. So the numbers are scrambled. As you can see, item things are replaced. It has how many columns? Let's take a quick look. It has 12 columns, as you can see at the bottom. So just looking at this piece of information in Excel, we do not really know anything. I mean, so we have to really look at this in the context of a report to really understand, right? So let's bring this into Tableau and see how this is done. So I'm going to take this here is typically one of the conventions I follow when I work on customer live project is I create a folder called data sources into which I put all the file based data sources. So it can be Excel, CSV, anything that comes to me from the customer, I put that so that all the data is organized in one area. So the data that comes from the online databases like SQL Server, in this case we will be using SQL Server on the cloud. Even that, if we eventually take an extract and use, that will also be put in the data sources. This is a good convention to follow. I'm going to take this and then come to Tableau and then drop it here. So you will see the data sources tab. Since it's just only one sheet, Tableau intelligently picks that up and then does everything here. So here is where we spend a few minutes with the customer trying to organize things as per their convention. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mimic that process. So inventory posting group is my NAV terminology, ERP terminology. This is what they call vertical. This is at the top level of their hierarchy. And then this is what they call basically product category. So let's just call it category. And then this one they call it price category. So sorry, this one they called it segment. And then this product group code is what I said had two things. So as you can see, there is two letters with a hyphen followed by two other letters. We want to split and then them into two fields. So we are going to just split. Tableau nicely split without asking further questions. The first one is basically called brand. The second one is called style. That's how they look at it. So these are the ways that they tag a product to group them into hierarchies. So having done all of this, this is the inventory it is saying. So this is basically quantity. So that's how they want to look at. So let's change it to quantity. The rest of the fields, unit price, unit. So from an inventory perspective, we are not really keen on unit price. So the customer has to hide this. So we hide this. A vendor number can be there, does not matter. So we have done quite a bit of renaming. So if you want to have an overview, here is the nice place to have an overview. So the remote field name as well as what we changed, they are all visible here. So nicely we can see how we split this product group code into two and then we rename them. All of them is here. So having done this rename, and you could also see here it says we have 1000 rows. But if you really go to the Excel and see how many rows it has about 4273 rows. Yeah. So why is Tableau showing 1000 rows? Because it's just sampling the first 1000 rows and shows it, nothing more than that. So this number is not really reliable when we have a lot of data. So let's go to the sheet and first let's understand whether the number is correct. So I'm just going to click on this and then hover over this 4273. So all the records that we had come here, right? So we've kind of done basically two things. The third is to really get this into a hierarchy. So the way they wanted is at the top of the hierarchy is going to be this thing called vertical. So just for the convenience, I am going to basically, so vertical followed by segment. So this is product hierarchy. So vertical followed by segment, then followed by brand, and then basically here is the correct product hierarchy. This product group code we took and split it into brand and style, so we don't really need it. So I'm going to hide that also. So now that's all we are done with basically simple preparation. So one of the things that we wanted to do is to create a calculated field that takes the quantity and unit cost and gives us basically inventory value, which is what I'm going to do simply by right click, create a calculated field. So that's basically called inventory value. So let's take quantity and multiply that by unit cost and apply. So we got the unit value. Yeah. So now let's do a little bit of quick reporting just to see. So we want to start off, maybe we even rename this into inventory quantity, so that so we want to do inventory quantity, and then let's look at it by vertical, right? So this is how we started at the customer site, and then so if I sort this, so these are the verticals they have. So we could see that there was a null here. So we then launched into understanding why this null occurs, which is what I'm going to talk about in the next video.